They say we won't get it. They say we will not get it. But I strongly believe that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Cops yell, they block the roads, they chant into our faces, they do everything, they tie up signs, and then they believe that I would give up. But this time I won't give up, because here I am to talk about that let's break the chains of slavery together. Yes, Mr. President, I, Zainab Imran Khan, is totally in favor of the topic. As soon as I just received my topic, I just discussed it with my friends, and I was shook to my core. I was shook when one of them just asked me that does slavery exist today? Mr. President, I stand stunned. I literally stand stunned when I saw the little boy who was being beaten brutally at his workplace for his little mistakes, and then they asked me that does slavery exist? Mr. President, I am stunned. I stand stunned when I saw that woman being harassed while doing her work, and she couldn't help herself. She couldn't do anything just because the only thought in her mind was the food for her hungry daughter. And then they asked me, slavery does exist? Mr. President, I stand stunned. I stand stunned when I saw the teenager girl who just committed suicide, and the reason was that social media, because we all are the slaves of social media today. And then they asked me that does slavery actually exist? Mr. President, this time being stunned is a useless emotion. I swear to God, being stunned is a useless emotion this time, because when I saw a mullah who was red-handedly caught while he was raping a 6-year-old princess, I just got rip off. Mr. President, he was doing this just because he was a slave of his emotions. He was a slave of his own lust. And then they asked me that does slavery actually exist? Yes, it does. Sadly, it does. There was a social activist, an American activist. His name is Tubman. He was born a slave. He just freed so many slaves. He escaped from his slavery, and then he freed so many, and then he said something. He said that I have freed thousands of slaves, but I could have freed even more only if they knew that they were the slaves. Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, everyone listening to me right now, I have a question for you. I have a question that why do we still think in 21st century, why do we still think that slavery actually means being physically tortured? No, it doesn't. Today, in today's age, we all are the slaves of social media. Here, poor are the slaves of rich. Here, women are the slaves of men. Men are the slaves of society. Society is the slave of government. And everyone is a slave here. Everyone is a slave here. But the only thing I conclude is that we are the slaves from here. Yes, we are the slaves from our minds. Only because I'm here to talk about let's break the chains of slavery. The only solution I got about it is let's change the mindsets, because we won't be able to eradicate the slavery. We won't be able to eradicate this shit until or unless we would be able to change the mentality of the people, mentality of our own people, because there are still many people who think that slavery is all about just physically being tortured. Today, here standing, I just want to tell you all that let's take an oath. Let's take an oath to stand together, to stand one, to stand united against this disease, because this is the time to actually finish this. I don't know how many people would more be diseased by this disaster. Let's stand together, let's fight for it, and let's do it, and let's get it. Thank you.